Welcome to my channel. My name is Valerio, and today we're going to review the new fantastic Sazabi belonging to the line Chogokin by Bandai. This is a Bandai model, so if you're looking for yours, so it's kind of easy to find it from Mandarake and as easy to find from online reseller of Bandai product. So you will not find on the usual hobby in Japan, but you can find quite easily in any of the other major players into the field. Now, said so, what is this one? So the line Chogokin has been going on for almost 50 years, and is a line of toys, action figures, call it as you want, with a very focus on diecast. So these are most of them are really heavy toys. In this case, we are taking off the Sazabi, and I call it the lobster version, the one with the lobster claw on the back, to have it make company to the new version of the new Gundam that they released 1 or 2 years ago, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, in case you're looking at the Sculpt and say, I already saw that one, well, the Sculpt look a lot like the one of the real great, if not, it's exactly the same. So, well, anyway, let's start with accessories. Sorry, I cut a tiny bit of the video, unfortunately. So here, I don't take out everything because there is so much stuff here. The lobster claw, I find it looks silly. Sorry about it. The shield is pretty cool out of it. It is fully painted on front. On the other side looks like an unpainted Gunpla, which is not a comparison once you pay enough money for this stuff. Like if you pay a lot of money, you don't want to see a painted piece into this kind of product. Anyway, so then we have, there are also the funnel. I forgot to show them. There is the display stands, a lot of arms over it. It really doesn't need it. And there are a lot of special effects, which honestly I'm not a giant fan of. They look a tiny bit tacky. But the coolest accessory is the one that we will tell all of it, is the hand of the new crush in the cockpit that you can actually attach to the new Gundam, the new Gundam Chogokin that they released some time ago. Sorry, I'm trying to extract it, but this kind of stuff either or you flip everything on the floor, or it's just really hard. There it is. Pretty cool. Anyway, lots of accessory, pretty happy about it. Pretty cool. There is for everybody. Sorry if I didn't show everything, but I will show them attached maybe to the robot. There is a bit too much stuff into this kind of package. Anyway, we find ourselves in front of the Sazabi, and what can I say? The Sculpt is exactly the same as the real great Sazabi. However, it is a tiny bit smaller. I want to say it is like 9 inches, so 23 centimeters, give it or take it. So it's not a real 1/100 scale. It's something in the mid between a 100 and 144. I couldn't find my copy of my master grade. However, it is a bit shorter as far as I can tell. Really, I'm going on memory because I would have to dig inside quite a silly amount of kit. Anyway, another first impression out of it, guys, this dude is heavy. Like, it's very, very heavy. Like, it is a brick of die cast. However, the color looks pretty good they looks amazing on the camera. They looks terrible live. I want to see, because I quite look at it with a lot of attention, like 90% of it is painted, but other than the candy coat over the shoulder, the rest of it are not great shades of red that they use. They look almost unpainted. Actually, I can say, while the Sazabi metastructure, I didn't like it because it was unpainted. At least it has like a matte coat all over it. This guy, it is, I don't know, really terrible choice of color. The moment in which you have your hand, you will think, is it unpainted? Is it not? And that kind of left me a bit disappointed. Now we're going to look at articulation. So the head can move one way, up and down, left and right. And one thing I can tell you, this is the most articulated Sazabi, third part included. So you see ratchet joints going up, it can reach shoulder level, and if you're able to bend it on the proper angle, you have a piston that moves. Not exactly a piece, yeah, kind of a piston. Let's say there is something that moves, and the plastic on the bicep that looks a very nice red light, looks unpainted plastic. Very disappointed. But you see, you have the piston that opens, and the joints are mega hard. So hands onto a ball peg, it cannot do the split. So you see, there is a lot of detail below. This is really the RG. You see, it can move, and you will keep any pose you throw at him, because the joints are top quality. And while on the paint, really didn't like them. Other than a few bits, the joints are amazing. So there is that. It is fully detailed. So you see there are ratchet joints over the knee. I mean, this is like the first Sazabi that is properly posable. You know, the foot is the better painted part out of it. There are the thruster below. It has a tip. It's super hard, like the joints are pretty hard, but that gives you the certainty that once you put it into a position, it's gonna stay. The decals, there are quite a bit of them. I'm not a fan of decals overall when they're in excess, so I'm okay with the quantity that they put. Like, I'm not a fan of Verka level of decals. If you've ever done one of them, you know what I'm speaking about. Anyway, articulation is fantastic. Like, the inner frame is top tier. Now we're gonna do a tiny bit of comparison with what I have on my desk. I will see. Lego Dude, as usual, Steve. It's very, very small, but give you a better idea out of it. Sorry, I just remember I forgot to put the two from, sorry, I don't remember the name, the rockets on the back. My English is failing me, hard day. But everybody has some of them, and I don't know why this segment was still so long. So sorry, next item on the list, we have the Taco Real Great. So I don't think the proportions are supposed to be this one. It's supposed to be smaller. As I told you, this is not a real 1/100. It's like 1/20. I'm really good at memory, because maybe somebody will post me, no, the Master Grade is exactly the same. This is the Zegok Master Grade, quite of high the same, and this is not one of the big Master Grade. There are some bigger one. Now let me pull off another one. Then we have the Narrative Gundam, almost exactly the same height as the Narrative Gundam. A cool looking, not my favorite Gundam, but a cool looking Gundam indeed. At least one post. And now this is the Nightingale 1/144 scale from a previous review. It's not the Hammer Cut, is, I can't remember the name. Anyway, it is as big as. So, anyway, let's go on conclusion and see if I recommend it or not. And below depends what you're looking into the figure. So if what you're looking in the figure is how heavy it is and how much it can move, this is most likely the best Sazabi. However, if what you look into figure is how cool it looks, this is not the most good looking Sazabi out of it. And for a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't think that the sculpt of the Real Great scales really well when you put it a tiny bit bigger. Second, and my main gripe with the model is that it looks super plasticky when you take it out of the box. I know that in video it looks great, and I'm not even good with the camera, but when you have it in your hand, you will be hard-pressed to understand what is painted and what is not. And I do think that obviously the metal structure, but also the Master Grade Verka, a smaller Real Grade, all the real exclusive kind of stuff like the mechanical core plating, or to go for the Chinese third party, they are all better looking than him. Now, once again, if what your focus is how much can you play with it, how many accessories you have it is heavy or not, and there are few Gokin collector that first thing when they get a model, they put it over a scale. Yeah, this is going to be the best model out there of a Sazabi for quite a bit of time, I suppose. However, for people that like maybe put into a pose and leave it onto a shelf and never touch it, don't really care about the weight, just want to have something cool looking, well, there is much better without having to go necessarily into the modeling route. I'm very biased as being a fairly skilled modeler. However, the Chinese version of the Sazabi, which I think was a lift of the old usual and resin kit, or the anchor, it depends how you call it. Anyway, it is much better looking than this guy. However, this guy trash it when we speak about articulation. So this guy can move so much. So do I recommend it? Yes, but really depends on what you like into a kit and what you don't like. Like, don't buy it if you want the most good looking one, buy it if you want the most dynamic one. And from Bandai is everything. Bye guys.